Good morning, this is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, for those of you that are maybe new to these videos, when I say live, what I mean is that this is not a situation where everything's already been recorded and now I'm coming back and doing a post commentary or some sort of voiceover or recap. Nothing like that. I'm recording myself, seeing the information for the very first time. So if you want raw thoughts, raw emotions, raw reactions, you will get that here. But honor your time. If you want a nicely edited video, nicely scripted video, you will not get that here. But if you just want kind of a nitty-gritty, dirty look into what it's like to be a day trader, then you'll find that here. It's actually, let me see if I can do the math here, an hour and 15 minutes before the market actually opens. And I was sitting here doing some emails, YouTube comments. So on that note, quick plug, if you leave a comment below, I will read it. I will reply. I kind of pride myself on that. But doing all this and looked over and saw BIDU just really come to life. So I actually took some trades on it already, and I'm up $300. And I just didn't have the software or anything ready at that point. I mean, usually I'm not trading this that early in the morning, but it came along. There was an opportunity, and I thought, hey, I like when the market gives opportunities. Let me see if I can take something from it. But it's looking like there still could be some more opportunities here on this one. So I'm going to, like I said, want to get everything at least set up and rolling, and we'll see if I can capture another trade. If not, it does still look like an interesting day regardless. So I'll just see you back at the market open, which again, as of now, is not until an hour and 15 minutes. But like I said, I'm curious about this one, so we'll see if it wants to give another opportunity or not. And if it does, then yeah, maybe I'll be able to capture a pre-market trade here on video. All right, market opens up here in less than 1 minute. Was not really paying attention at all. Was just doing other stuff, hanging out with my kids and stuff like that. But now market opens up here really any second now. Still watching BIDU. Very curious about 189, 188. But I'm just going to, at this point, just going to let the market open up and we'll see what it wants to do here. So the market is open. And a bounce to start things off. Tesla also very curious about, especially down there around the 639-ish area. So, yeah, let me get that alerted to Tesla 639 flush point, 1 minute. I do offer a private trading community, so that's where I'm making those alerts. Oh, wow. Where to go? In at 639. Here on Tesla. Very choppy though. See if we can get a move down to 638. There we go. Can we get down to 637? Whoops. Well, I could not get out of my order fast enough. So right there actually worked out slightly in my favor. So quick $155 there on Tesla. Very choppy though. Still not even a million shares traded, and it's a minute into the day, which you can see right there. So, and for Tesla, that's pretty low volume. So it makes perfect sense why it was so choppy. But like I said, I'm very curious now about 195. Looks interesting. Let me get that alerted. BIDU 195 flush point, 1 minute. So if you're not familiar, I do offer private community, so you can see there's that alert I made on Tesla 639. So hopefully members were able to take advantage of it. GME. Let's see. Austin just made a comment on GME. How is GME looking? And just a pullback here. But yeah, does this thing want to get up there and close the gap? We'll have to wait and see. But, well, good. Got a quick little score there on Tesla. Probably going to have to stay away from Tesla for now, just because that one is so choppy with the volume situation. Again, if you hear typing, that's you're not crazy. That's just me making other alerts in the chat room. Now, I'm not going to take 195 if it drops all the way down on this candle. Would like to see it actually go sideways a little bit and then come back down. That would be okay, very nice. That fast bounces back up. So maybe even 196 to try to anticipate the break of 195. But we'll see what this candle here wants to do. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause for now, and I will keep you updated. All right, now watching 197.50, but as of right now, this might be just a legitimate bounce, and if it is, then there will be no trade confirmation, and there will just be no trade on it. But I'm watching 197.50 if it wants to come in back into play, but as of now, this thing just continues to bounce. So I will go ahead and pause again. What I'd like to see is this thing get up over 203. Mission accomplished. And now 201. Interesting entry point if it wants to come back down to 201. It's officially closed the gap. Nope, this thing just keeps on grinding. Well, at this point, what's going on with GME here? Back to 100%. So that right there, 100%, basically means it makes it very inefficient to trade it. So I just don't like trading GME when it's at that. And Baidu just continues to go. Could it get rejected up at that 50 period moving average? 203, 150. Yeah, I might do that. 203. Because I'm going to protect my profits right now. So even if I'm wrong on this one, $203, $206. 150. I'm just doing the math in my head right now, broadly speaking. Say, what is that high? Yeah, 206.50. Gonna watch 203. Let's see if this thing wants to roll over. But I would still like a little bit more confirmation on it. Or do I just go for a scalp? Do I think that that can go in my favor enough for a scalp? Yeah, actually, I do think it can. 203, 202, 50, 250. Yeah. The internal battle of a trader's mind. I am really liking 203 though, especially with the candles forming up at this moving average. What would be great is if the price could get up there and push up through that purple line just slightly and then come back down. In fact, yeah, if that happens, I'm taking it. But again, step one is no, don't go now. Like I said, I want to see it get up to that purple line, get rejected, and then come back down. And then, yeah, 203. Yeah, 203. But I don't know if it's going to cooperate. But when you're up basically $500, you can be picky, right? And I'm going to be high maintenance here. So that's going to be the requirement that I put on it. Want to see it get up to that purple line one more time and then get rejected and then come back down to 203. Come on, get up there. Nice. Good, good, good. I'll come back down. In fact, I'll go at 204 at this point. If it comes back down, maybe this is a legitimate breakout. That is a very real possibility. Well, and as of right now, that's exactly what it seems to be. So yeah, got to give credit where credit due. This one has been very strong. So I'll go ahead and pause. All right, watching 204.50 here, in at 204.50. Out half shares. See if we can get some more pullback here. What in the world? There we go. All right, I'm just going to take that there. Only had 100 shares. Probably should have had a little bit more confidence in it. But like I said, the level twos, for those of you that are new, those are the level twos over there. They just weren't quite acting the way I thought they would act on that break. So I decided to just take my gains there, which puts me at $512. And as one of my just sayings goes, to help keep perspective, $500 a day keeps the day job away. So I'm not going to say that I'm done, but hey, if I can just call it good after, basically 15 minutes of trading. Granted, I did a little trading the pre-market there, but that was only a few minutes. But regardless, even if I call it 30 total minutes, which isn't even close, $500, not too bad. But like I said, there's still some interesting opportunities out there. So I'm not going to quite call it good. But yeah, I'm very happy with $500. Like I said, $500 a day keeps the day job away. 636 Tesla. That is a very interesting level. Tesla, 636. Flush point 1, 5 minute, 50 SMA. That's, wow, what a well-established area that is. And it makes even more sense when you bring over the 5 minute time frame, because you can see that purple line there, the 50 period moving average. So the price has just been bouncing right off that level. So multiple time frame analysis, always a good thing. And whoa, there goes GME. But again, I'm not trading GME because of the, was that I explained earlier. But nice turnaround, but yeah, it's just not for me. So the question that I have to just ask myself here is, if Tesla bounces off of 636, well, it's more so 635.50-ish, but if it bounces off it and goes up, so my stop would have to be at about 640. So that's a $5 per share risk. So if I'm at 100 shares, I mean, I could give back all my gains there. So I just can't do it. I can't take that trade right now, given the way things are currently set up. Because like I said, even if it does break down through that area, and if I'm wrong and it snaps back up, then I'm potentially putting, I mean, I suppose I could go 50 shares, and that's $250, which would be half of my gains. But that doesn't sit well with me either. I don't want to give back half my gains at this point. So yeah, Tesla right now, because you got to always think, right? And when I was new, when I was just getting started, it was always, well, how much money can I make, right? That's what you would look at. You would start off the trade plan with, I mean, how much money do I think I can make on this thing? When in all actuality, you got to be thinking, how much money am I going to lose if I'm wrong? And that's where you build a trade plan from that perspective. So as of right now, with that premise, the way this setup is, and in order for the trade plan to actually make logical sense, logistical sense according to the chart, I mean, I could go, I guess, 25 shares, but then, I mean, is it really worth it at that point to do 25 shares? I suppose maybe, but I'm not quite sure if it's even really worth anything at that point. So, I mean, like I said, if I did 100 shares, I did 200 shares at first. So if I did 200 shares and I was wrong, that's $1,000. So that's giving back my gains and then being down $500. Okay, so if I do 100, well, that's still giving back $500. So that's still all my gains, and I don't feel good about that. But even if I did 50, that's $250. So I would still be green, but I'd be, have given back half my gains. And just like that, look at Tesla go back upwards. Now, not that there was never even a trade signal given, but let's just say that it had actually triggered, right? It had given me the signal that I wanted, and I took the trade. Right now, I'd be stopped out. And then it just wouldn't have worked out. But, I mean, there was never a trade signal given in the first place. But point here being, that's kind of what you always got to be wondering and asking yourself is not how much money can I make in this thing? How much money am I going to lose if I'm wrong? Because believe it or not, you will be wrong at some point. I know people go on winning streaks. I know maybe, You've never lost before. I know your portfolio is up like a huge amount, but at some point you'll be wrong. And just make sure you understand what the downside risk is if you are indeed wrong. And I am done for the day, and I want to explain why I'm just not willing to risk those gains anymore. Because let's look at the SPY 5-minute here. SPY is, if you watch my videos, I just use this as a general indicator. And what you can see here is it's literally just going sideways. So where is it ultimately going to break out? I don't know. Now, if I'm right and it breaks out in my favor and I'm in a stock, so let's just say I buy a stock and this breaks to the upside. Well, that's going to help my stock out quite a bit. But if I buy a stock and this thing breaks to the downside, that's more than likely than not going to be a very pleasant experience at all. So because I have no idea what's happening next, like I said, it's literally just chopping back and forth. I just need to be done. I mean, I could guess and I could be right. And then, hey, that's great, but that's just a gamble. Like if you find yourself literally just guessing, you are no longer trading anymore. You need to be you're never going to say, I guarantee this is going to happen, but you have to be able to say, I have a sneaky suspicion that this is what's going to happen. And I have good reason to believe that this is what's going to happen. But right now, I don't know what's going to happen next with the SPY. It's literally just going up and down in this tight little range here. So because of that, really any trade that I'm making is just at the core, if you boil it down, a total guess. And I'm not here to gamble. I'm here to trade. I'm here to attempt to make the market my ATM machine. And in order to do that, you can't be guessing. You're never going to have guarantees, but you got to be able to ensure that you're looking at high probability situations that you feel much better than just flat out saying a guess. I mean, look at this. As I talk, that had dropped down was a red candle. Now the thing's bouncing back up. So for that reason, I've arrived at the part where I just have to admit, yeah, this market is kind of choppy right now. I don't know really what it wants to do next. And I could easily get, stuck in some sort of whiplash where I think it's going to do one thing, then all of a sudden it chops against me. And then I got to, potentially have a situation where I give back my gains, give back half my gains. And like I said, mentally speaking, I just don't want to do that. I'm not in a mental mood to do that. I feel great right now. I feel fantastic. It's, like I said, $500 for, let's just call it 30 minutes. I'm more than happy with that. So the little kind of moral of the story here is just knowing when to stop. When should you know when to stop trading? Well, when you just literally feel like this is just a flat out guess. Because I don't know what's coming next. And there's no shame, there's no harm in admitting you don't know what's coming next, or you have really no suspicion at all of what's coming next. In fact, I would argue that's a sign that you're actually really starting to learn. You're really becoming advanced because you can admit to yourself, yeah, I'm not quite sure. And because I'm not quite sure, because I really have no idea, hey, that makes it a flat out guess. And when something is a flat out guess, you should be done trading. Because I realize, yes, we all are technically guessing. I'm always guessing, but I'm guessing with odds. I'm guessing with, okay, yeah, it is a guess. Like when you cross the street, right? When you cross the street, you are guessing that you're going to be able to get to the other side. But you are doing things to make sure that the guess actually has a high chance of happening, right? You look both ways. And in trading, same thing, right? We're guessing, but you want to be able to look both ways. And when I'm looking both ways right now, I see nothing. All I see is this right here. Chopping back and forth. Think about it. When I was just talking to you, that thing was all red. At one point, that was a red candle. You can scroll back and now look at it. Next candle, it's going green again. So just back and forth, chopping around. And I just don't like that. So, I'm kind of blabbing on now, but this is a very important lesson. So how do you know when to stop trading? When you just flat out say, you know what, I am guessing. And we don't want to do that as traders. Now, before I go, a couple of questions. Do you like when I boil in these little educational lessons? If not, I won't do them, but feedback always appreciated in the comment section. But then just in regards to these live trade videos in general, if you do enjoy them, because they are live, please let me know that you enjoy them because they're not the easiest to make. I have to talk to you. I have to think about what I'm going to say to you. I have to think about what I'm going to learn in the chat room. I have to think about my own trades. I have to execute my own trades. I have to type alerts in the chat room. So there's a lot going on, and it is totally possible, but it does take a lot of effort and brain power on my part. And I will keep doing them, but I also want to guard my time, right? As anybody should, you want to value your time. And I want to make sure that my time is actually being spent wisely by doing these videos. And if you do enjoy them, if you want me to keep making them, then easy way to communicate that to me, two things. Hit the like button, leave a simple comment. The comment could be a thumbs up emoji. It could be a gorilla emoji. It could be a rainbow emoji. But hitting that like button, leaving a comment, those two things communicate to me, yeah, Clay, it's worth your time. Please keep doing them, and I will keep doing them. And then again, like I said, let me know about the lesson. Do you like the little learning lessons that I bake in, or should I just keep it strictly to all the live trading? I would love to hear from you. But thank you for hanging out. And remember, as soon as you get to that point when you don't know, when you have no idea what's really coming next, then you're guessing. And at that point, that's when you know when you need to just stop trading and walk away for the day. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.